Hi, my name is Sharon Hoffman, and I am currently a second year student here at IU. I'm studying secondary science, and I hope to teach high school chemistry. So I'm just going to go ahead on my e-portfolio. I'm going to just go ahead and go to the About Me page because it kind of talks about a little bit more in depth about introduction and my pedagogical kind of beliefs surrounding technological integration in the classroom. Specifically, I kind of want to highlight how beneficial I think I will personally find in my future classroom the four E's digital resource checklist. Because as I kind of talk about in my About Me page, my About Me page, I believe that technological integration in specifically a high school chemistry classroom should only be done so if necessary, meaning it should only be done so if it will actually help the lesson. I don't believe in just nonsensical integration of technology for the sake of integrating technology. I personally don't have that philosophy as a future educator, just because it can provide distractions, it's unnecessary, it can take up time, and especially because teaching is something that has been around. The education system, academia has been around for centuries, for millennia, and yes, developing technological skills in our students a is a responsibility of the teacher, but I don't necessarily think it's a priority. In that, yeah, we didn't have cars, 200 years ago, but that's still a skill that needs to be taught. Yes, but what I'm getting at is I don't believe in the nonsensical integration of technology for the sake of integrating technology, for the sake of being modern, for the sake of, oh, let's do coding. Even though, for instance, for high school chemistry, coding for the sake of coding really doesn't have a whole lot to do with the general chemistry principles that will be taught in my classroom, if that makes sense. So all that to say, I intend to use the 4E's checklist to make sure that a digital resource that maybe I intend on using in my future classroom enhances the lesson plan, engages students, makes it more efficient, things like that. So on my gallery, you can see my four best artifacts that I've created throughout the semester. So to the left is my concept map that I made for my concept map badge. It highlights this standard right here, compare and contrast how ionic and covalent compounds form, and it divvies that standard up into two learning objectives. Now there's a lot more learning objectives that could have been highlighted, but I chose two for simplicity and efficiency and things like that. I'm particularly proud of this concept map. I love the way it looks, and I really took some time and thought about I put some real thought into the learning objectives, activities, and assessments that go along with them. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of this, and I really like the way that this activity in particular forced us to think about the teaching of standards in categories of learning objective, activity, and assessment. Over to the right of that is an image that represents my PBL lesson plan. If you click it, then it's linked to my PBL lesson plan. My PBL lesson plan, I put a lot of time and work into it, so I'm pretty proud about that. It has to do, the driving question is concentration of hydrogen peroxide in the bottles that you buy at the store, and basically all of it comes down to having the students think about using prior knowledge to determine concentrations of unknown solutions, and having them really think about that. In the end, at the end of I have my culminating activity is a redox titration with potassium permanganate, and I have the students write up a lab report. I think this is a comprehensive lesson plan. You can read through it if you choose to. It's a comprehensive lesson plan. It's intentional. It shows, I believe that it shows intentional academic merit, and so I'm pretty proud about that. Back to gallery. I have linked here the thumbnail for my productions badge video. It has to do with colligative properties. Basically, the idea was that I had a worksheet, that the assignment for the student was to complete the answers on a worksheet through a similar video. So I guess this, for all intents and purposes, is an example of the assignment that I would have the students do. I'm pretty proud about this one because I think it's concise. I think videos such as this is something that I will definitely implement in my classroom. Not necessarily having the students do them, but myself doing them for sure, because it provides like deeper explanation, and it allows, what I really like about it, and what I really liked about it as a student and still like about it, I still have professors that do this, is I'm able to go back to the video, watch it again, slow it down, speed it up, whatever I need to do with it. So those are my three. I'm gonna, just for time's sake, this is my digital footprint artifact that you can click, you can play. It's a little choose your own adventure game, but just for the sake of time, I'm gonna just stop there at 3 examples. So to wrap it all up, I touch on this multiple times in my ePortfolio when I'm talking about resources I've made, artifacts I've made, things like that. A lot of these things that I've created for W200 are things that I definitely, almost certainly see myself using in my future classroom. For instance, like I said, videos such as this, screencasting is something that I intend to use. Even this PBL lesson plan is something that I put a lot of work into, and I really could see myself actually using, obviously tweak it a little bit, but it's something that I could definitely see myself using. Like I said in the beginning, I think my relationship with technology in my future high school chemistry classroom will be one very similar to what probably we as students experienced in our science classrooms in high school. Something that's very, a lot of videos that show explanations. A big thing with chemistry, and, if I end up having to teach biology, our models are very important, to be, even now in my, biochemistry courses, I love the ability to go on YouTube, search up structure of so-and-so double helical, blah, 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 protein, things like that. So in that sense, technology is very, very helpful, especially to the sciences, to be able to see something that would not be able to be seen otherwise. So that's my final wrap-up W200 video. Thanks.